All right, and I believe we are live. Thanks everyone for joining another episode of the OpenJS Foundation's Cross-Project Council meeting. Today is the 8th of September, and thanks everyone for joining. We have an earlier time this week. We're going to try this time for a couple of weeks and see how it goes. It's a little Euro-friendly time switch up. Yeah, so remember to add yourself to the meeting notes, and if you can help, you being everyone can help add notes, that would be really appreciated. And let's get started. Do we have any announcements? We have the standards meeting later.
Yeah, we have the standards meeting later, and we also have your OpenJS office hours meeting on Thursday. I think there's also plans for another meeting on the supporter group planned for I think in the next week. I've been out on vacation, so I don't remember anymore. And then meeting, Toby is organizing a meeting on the review process for growth projects. So those are all upcoming, project kind of activities, initiative activities that we have going on.
Yep.
We've had a few different fun things to blog and tweet about, like the message format essay or piece, which was an interview with Emily. It was awesome. And our AMA last week with ES Lent, which was really good. So we just, as always, appreciate y'all taking a look and sharing with your friends on those things. So that's it that I can remember. I'm sorry, I'm so fuzzy.
No, welcome back. I hope that you had some nice time off. The OpenJS project review process is this afternoon. It's 4 p.m. Eastern time. So if anybody's not on that invite, feel free to reach out to Toby or me or whoever. We can work it out. I don't see the supporter program meeting in my calendar. So if that is already booked, Sarah, maybe you can get me on there. But otherwise, if it's not, then we'll work it out later.
I have one thing. We are on a little bit of a membership drive, and we've been emailing folks who have opted into our list. So if you see new people joining our Slack channel, welcome. I've been having lots of nice emails with lots of folks from around the world. And so I do see that they're joining our Slack channel, and I'm having some calls this week. So welcome. Great. For new people who happen to watch later. Yep. Yeah,
great. Thank you. Cool. Let's see. So I don't know if I should have asked this before, but do we have any private business that we should set aside time for later at the end of the meeting?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, great. I'm not aware of anything either. So we can jump right into the agenda. The first item is 6:30. This is approving project charters in is clunky in issues. Created this issue how long ago? A couple weeks ago. What's my last comment here? Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. Okay, so I guess we discussed this in last meeting, so maybe I should take the agenda item off of this. But basically, if someone wants to make a pull request and convert the list of projects in the Cross Project Council repo into a table, that would be awesome. The idea is maybe we could include a little bit of the, put a logo in there, a link to the project repo, a link to the charter, and a link to COC, Code of Conduct, and maybe a link to a contributing doc. These would be like handy links for folks, and then also could be a place where we could PR the charter in as a project moves to out of incubation. So I guess there's not much to talk about here. I pulled the agenda label off of there. Does anybody have any thoughts or anything they want to discuss here? And I won't put anyone on the spot, but if you really like building tables in Markdown, please jump on top of this one. That would be great. It's really fun. Next up, if I am moving on, is should we share voting result details? If so, how? I think we talked about this a bunch last time. Toby captured the decision. We should document this, and I will remove the agenda label. Does anybody have anything more they want to talk about this? Anything they want to add to this? Sorry, I guess I should go through and take labels off before the meeting is created. I think a couple of these. Just,
I guess the one question I would have on this one is, since we decided that some generic info share about, for example, there were 15 eligible voters and X many voted, is that someplace you in the future do we want to report that back on the issue when we close it on the election issue, or do we want to save that somewhere else?
That's a good question. My thought was in the issue is fine, but for like data purposes, I don't know if we should keep track somewhere. I mean, I guess if we continue to use the same tool, we would have access to that data moving forward. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I think the tool will keep it for a certain period of time, but we can download the reports, and the staff can save it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see any reason to create a new place to save stuff like that. I think as long as the staff has it, we can go back to it. It sounds good to me. If anybody has any other thoughts, please chime on in.
Sounds good to me.
Great. Welcome, Michael. Cool. So next item on the agenda is 618. This is a pull request for adding IP policy guidance. This has been around for a little bit. I'm scrolling to the bottom. Is there? So Toby's updated it 5 days ago. And we've got a bunch of approvals. I think the last time we talked about this, we were hoping to get Anton and Chris Hiller to give their approval, as they have engaged in the issue but haven't explicitly given approval. So I will maybe just ping Toby, Anton, and Chris and see if we can get this one wrapped up. Anybody have any other thing to add on this one? No? All right, cool. Well, seems like it's almost there. Next item on the agenda is issue 607, the next steps for the supporter program. There is a PR, which is 625. That is open 19 days ago. Sarah, I think I saw you on the call. Do you want to chime in here? If you're talking, we can't hear you. I see you're unmuted, but I still can't hear you. No? Well, how about we can come back to this one if you want to see, troubleshoot your audio. That would be great. I know that there's movement on this, so we can come back to this. Sorry, Sarah. So jumping ahead for a moment, The next one is the annual review process. This is also in progress. Oh, did I hear Sarah?
Yes, but we can come back to it.
Let's just do it. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's support a program.
It works. Okay. So I think that PR is ready to be merged. Last time I took a look, so I'll take a look today, and as long as there's no other feedback. Okay, if I merge, I don't know our policy on merging our own PRs. Is that how we do it, or should I wait for someone else to do it?
No, I think it's fine. I merge my own PRs. I think we're good.
Okay, great. The supporter program meeting, the next meeting is this Friday, the 11th at 4 p.m. EST. If anyone wants to join, please reach out. Maybe I'll put an announcement in Slack in case people are interested. But the goal of this meeting is to put a spec together for the things that need to be built to roll out the program.
Great. So you said 4 p.m. this Friday?
Yes, I just sent out a invitation.
Oh, great. Excellent. Cool. Well, looking forward to it. And I don't see an invite, so if you can I can message you. If you
Yeah, I'll double check.
Great, thank you. Thank you. Cool. Excellent. So next up on the agenda is issue 592. This is the annual review for projects. I don't think that Chris or Toby are on, but I'm not sure there's much to talk about here yet. We have the meeting this afternoon. And if you are not on that meeting but want to be on it, feel free to message me or Toby or Chris, and we'll work it out. Chris Hiller, that is. So yeah, hopefully there's more progress there. I think I'm looking forward to that. So next on the agenda is the issue 583, updating the CLA to the Apache style CLA, ICLA, and CCLA. Toby has an issue open 632. He opened this up a week ago. Brian, do you have any context on this? I see Miles mentioned you.
Yeah, this one's still, it requires some work on my end here, and need to put together the guidance on, and this is, I think this is related to the IP policy, or sorry, to the copyright guidance as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or so, no, I'm sorry, let me back up. IP policy guidance, put together the guidance on tooling and things like that, and then also some considerations on DCO, which is also linked to this issue.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, we're getting there.
It's, yep, it's on the radar.
Great.
Just couldn't make it on the schedule. So,
yeah.
I'll get to it though.
Cool. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah.
I think I promoted Aguirre. Okay, great. Excellent. So next up is the governance changes for Collaboration Network, pull request 547. You got anything here, Michael?
I think it was waiting on, and I haven't had a chance to look lately. I'm sorry, but I think Brian, you were going to do an update, right, based on the feedback in terms of the recommended license.
That's right.
I think I pushed that, and just making sure that I didn't forget about it. I wrote it. I know that.
Okay, so let's just.
Would that have been in the document here, Michael? Trying to see what's going
just
on.
Looking. I don't see a recent commit.
Where would that commit be? Would it be in amidst your changes, or?
There are two pull requests. The other one, governance, right? Move collaboration proposal to stage 3. This could be in 595. I'm looking for that. No, there's only one commit there too.
I'm not sure where I pushed it then.
There are two pull requests open: license preference per discussion with legal and add IP policy guidance. or is it a part of this?
I think he pushed a separate PR at one point. License preference. So 620, I think, is the.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
up to date.
Waiting on. So 620. So this one. Right. So that one, I guess there was a few. Okay. So there's one more comment from LJ saying recommend why the foundation recommends that one.
I'm not sure that we typically go into that level of detail on something like this. Just there are maybe really for two reasons. One of them being that it's getting into the realm of license interpretation, and we tend to try to leave a fairly wide lane around that. But the second reason is really that again, getting back to the reason for doing this in the first place was that it's just a matter of setting a default versus attempting to try and steer people. We're not trying to change anybody's mind. We're just attempting to give them a fallback. So I would hesitate to maybe put more around this than we need to.
That sounds reasonable.
Me as well.
And maybe it's not bad.
If we are expressing a preference and that preference is not something, basically it's not ISC, we should say somewhere why that is our preference. Even if it's one sentence somewhere deeper within, but we should still say it somewhere why.
I mean, can we say due to the added level of protection that it provides? Is that level of depth
Anything
enough?
Or just that the patent grants or something, give some sort of a reason why we prefer it. And it doesn't need to be right there. If we're saying it, we should have a reason why we're saying it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Let me figure out something here and make sure that it's good to go, and I'll add it. That's yeah.
Okay.
We can do it.
Cool. Thanks, Brian, Emily, Michael.
Sure.
All right, cool. So that one's close too.
Yeah, once we get that landed, I can then update the other one because I think it's a rebase, and then we'll send it back to the board for another vote.
Great, cool. That's awesome. Okay, so moving on, the last one on the list is responsible security disclosures. Martin messaged me this morning. I think maybe, did he message you too, Michael? I saw you had some notes in there.
I don't know because I haven't had a chance to check, but I wrote up a few notes that, there's a new PR. It has a few approvals, so I think it can progress. But looking at our rules for landing, I'm not sure, but it might change our governance through some of the files being changed. So we should probably just wait another 7 days and then it can land.
Yep, sounds good to me. Cool. So that concludes our agenda, which is perhaps a record time. I wanted to just call attention to a couple of recent issues. One of them we on the call are all aware of is that we're trialing this new time. If you know anyone that's over in the EU or anywhere kind of that this time would be more friendly to, that might be interested, maybe make your friends aware. We can get more faces and voices at the table would be great. So that's issue 634. We'll do it, we did it today and we'll do it again in 2 weeks. I think the plan is to do 2 of them and see how that, what it looked like and or reevaluate after that. And then the other one I wanted to call out to is Miles opened an issue 6 days ago about the proposal process. There are several thumbs on this issue, but not any comments. I mean, I think what Miles is raising here is simplifying I guess the title, simplifying the proposal process, and some of the suggestions here are good. So if anybody
You
has
just
any
paste
thoughts
the
around
link
that?
in?
Yeah, sure. Sorry, this is issue 635. I will drop it in the chat if I can. Yep. Or actually, Darcy did. I pasted it, but I'm having trouble with the chat today. Oh no, we just did it at the same time. I see it. And so, yeah, I think especially folks who have been working through the proposal process lately, it would be great to have your input on this. I'm thinking about the collaboration network, the supporter program, the security work, any of these things that have gone through the process recently. It'd be great to have some perspective and some experience as to how opinions as to how we could simplify this and make it easier and less burdensome. So please take a look. Just peeking quickly at the PRs, it looks like this is everything's looking good there. I encourage folks to take a look at the security reporting if you haven't yet. I think it's pretty minor changes in terms of moving it to the last stage. So please take a look and get your
At this point,
approval.
it's the only real changes that are new is integrating it into some of the existing docs. So like on the onboarding saying, hey, you need to do this as part of that.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Perfect. Yeah, so that's a quick review if any of you have a moment. Beyond that, I think, I don't have anything else to bring to the table. Does anybody else have anything they want to discuss before we call it a wrap? If not, I hope to see you in some of these offshoot meetings happening this week, and see you in GitHub, and we'll call it a wrap. Thanks,
Bye.
everybody. Cheers.
Bye.
Talk to you soon.
Thanks.
That was
Everyone.
super efficient.
Yeah.
The benefit of doing it in the morning, where just like
yeah.
my time anyway. I'm like, I haven't had this coffee yet. I can't.
Less contention.
Yeah, I can't
Early
distract
hours.
everyone.
I think we just need more work. That's our problem.